Hey y'all, Chuck here in Tapanong, Thailand. Hey, it's time for another question and answer video. I still have a lot of questions coming in and I still have a lot of answers. So
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far and I'll be right where you are. You're a dream that I could finally see. I just want us to always be, to always be.
Thai desk forum is taking off pretty good. I'm trying to stay active in that for you, and seems like I'm answering a lot of questions, but I think eventually my Q&A will fade out. I haven't gotten too many questions for the next episode, so if you have any questions for me, keep them coming. So I'd like to keep the Q&A continued on our site, but if not, no big deal. But I've got quite a few this time, so let's get started. Ken H asked, why no time to be sad? Well, I started this channel actually back in 2011, and it started out as taking cruises with my friends and hanging out with my friends, and I just wanted to do a YouTube video so I could share it with friends and family. But to answer your question, you know, I used to walk around work miserable and pissed off, thinking every time I had to do something is like, why am I always doing this? You know, I don't have time for this shit. That was my favorite thing to say. I don't have time for this shit. And it was just because I hated my job, and I just wasn't really happy in my life, and I was depressed all the time. I was giving and giving and giving and giving, but I was giving to the wrong people that were never happy no matter what you did, you know. But we have to do these things for money, right? So I just came up with the idea that I don't have time for this shit. So it was like, I don't have time to be sad, you know. Originally it was, I don't have time for this shit, but I don't think I could put that on the internet. So no time to be sad. Because I don't have time to be sad. We don't have time to be sad. Life is too short. We have to make choices in our lives that benefit us, because at the end of the day, when we die, we die. Everything else still continues to keep going. So we have to try to figure out a way to ultimately make the sacrifices in our lives necessary to, at the end, have an enjoyable life for ourselves. So you can only give so much, but I am definitely a giver. I much rather give. I am a poor receiver. I do not like to receive stuff, but you have to give in order to eventually get to where you want to be. So yeah, anyway, no time to be sad. I'm not sad. I'm never sad anymore. Doug Carlisle, hey, your videos are super outstanding and entertaining. Thank you, Doug. Just a question, are you retired Army? I am retired Marine and warded. I don't know what that means, Doug. Maybe wounded. If you are, I'm sorry to hear that. And yeah, thank you very much for your service. Yeah, Marines are badasses for sure. I tried to join the Marines, but I had 2 kids at the time, and they didn't want to help me out with my dependents, I guess. So I joined the Army. No, I didn't retire in the military. I'm kind of glad things turned out the way they did, or I might not be here. You know, I believe in fate, and everything happens for a reason, but I got wounded in the military. I was unable to continue my service in the Army. I took an out. I wasn't able to do my job. I don't really want to get into detail on my injuries, but I'm not a very good complainer. But anyway, I wasn't able to continue, and I took a lump sum of money, but I really enjoyed the military life. I really enjoy the fact that you have a lot of different people from all over the world, different colors, different backgrounds, and nobody has any special interest because they come from here, or they're a woman, or they're gay, or they're from Jamaica and they're black. It doesn't matter in the Army. It's a team, and I really love that about the military. And I wish the rest of the world could do this too, because the first rule in war is to divide and conquer. So if you can divide everybody and put them in a category and call them poor little this, then all you do is repress that person. I know I went totally somewhere different than your question, but anyway, thanks for asking, but no, I didn't retire. I'm glad things turned out the way they did. I'm happy in my life right now. John Langford, I try not to drag this on to make it 30 minutes, I promise. Chuck, I am visiting Thailand soon. It will be for under 30 days. Passport is all I need. No visa, right? I plan on watching your video to learn more. Thank you for your answer. I don't know if you're American or where you're coming from, but most of the Western countries are the same. If you just have a passport, you can come into Thailand and get a 30-day visa on arrival. I'll put a link up so you can read the information from the immigration, but they want to see that you have a plane ticket coming into Thailand, and they want to see that you have a plane ticket leaving Thailand around 30 days. So I think you can get a 30-day extension too, up to 60 days. But it changes so much. But yeah, you don't need a visa if you're staying under 30 days. You just need a plane ticket that says that you're going to be leaving, and a valid passport. And depends on really what country you're from. Benjamin Daly. Hello, Chuck and Paige. I have been watching your YouTube channel and enjoy your outlook on life and seeing Thailand in a different way than most of the other vloggers that just show the seedier side of things. Thank you. You mentioned being able to get a certificate to teach conversational English, and and that is something that I would be interested in doing in the near future. Do you have any information on that? I was looking at it before, but do not have a bachelor's degree. I only have an associate's and 20 years of service in the Navy. So I'm going to put a website up for you to read the qualifications of teaching in Thailand. Yeah, they do want you to have a bachelor's degree to teach, but it's not always necessary. So that's just a definite requirement. But in Thailand, nothing's ever certain. As far as making money in Thailand, of course, if you had all the credentials, you could make a lot, about up to probably 40 to 60,000 baht a month. Depending on where you worked. If it was a high-end university somewhere in Thailand, maybe a private university, but the standard, like say a government school, you won't make more than $400 a month. They'll put you up in housing, which is a benefit, but it's not going to be what you're thinking. It's going to be like a dorm room. But you don't need a lot of money in Thailand. You really don't. But it just depends on where you're at, where you go, and who you talk to. But being in the military, and if you have an ESL, a teaching English certificate, of course you've got to have that. And you can hook up with the right people. You can find a job teaching here. I would come check it out first before you make the decision to come financially unprepared. Okay, D Hainish KP. I'm sorry if I messed that up. What about SIM cards for tourists? Good question. This is pretty simple. As long as you have an unlocked cell phone from your home country when you come, when you get to the airport, you can take care of it. There's booths there that you can purchase a SIM card. I got mine at 7-Eleven. I think that, yeah, there's 7-Elevens everywhere. There's 7-Eleven in the airport. But I'll give you a couple links to give you some pricing on cost of the SIM card and different packages from 2 different companies. But all you need is your passport. They want, if you're what you're going to get is a tourist SIM card, a temporary SIM card. And if you're a Thai national and you have a Thai ID, they'll take your Thai ID and you can get a regular SIM card. That's what we have. My wife just got a SIM card in her name, and she can get a couple different cards also. But they want to keep track because there's a lot of scams that go on in Thailand. So they want to keep track of records of who has what SIM card when scams are going around. So it's a pretty good deal. But I'll give you some links there in detail. Daniel Tauber. Happy birthday, Chuck. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you a lot. I went to Tesco Express today at 1 p.m. Sorry. My tooth still hurts a little bit and I'm on medication. Yeah. I went to Tesco Express today at 1 p.m. and they would not sell me beer. They said you can't buy beer until 5 p.m. Did I enter the twilight zone? I've been buying beer at Tesco between 11 and 2 for years. Is it because it's Sunday? What happened? I checked into this, Daniel, and everybody around here, it's still the same. Nobody seems to know why, except maybe they don't like you. That's what a couple of guys said. Most likely it's probably, you never know with Thai people. If they don't know the answer, they'll never say they don't know. They'll make some shit up. Just, I don't know why, but they'll make something crazy up and you'll be like, okay. Just go back and get the beer again and go to a different line or go to a different 7-Eleven or a different store. That's the way it works. You should know this in Thailand. You live here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to you. I don't know why they wouldn't sell it to you. I've done it like 2 or 3 times and I know better. And they just come grab the beer out of my cart and they won't say nothing to me because they think I don't know anything, like I'm retarded. And really I am, because I don't realize the time, but I'm so not used to the little time schedule. Anyway, I don't know, bro. Sea Duster. Happy birthday, Chuck. Thank you again. Do all guests chip in money to pay for these dinners? That's quite a feast. That's a good question. It's actually been asked a few times. Some people have already determined the answer to that and gave me a few crazy responses, like I'm a walking ATM and other things like that. But here's the deal. This has been happening way before me and Paige moved to Thailand. A lot of families here in Thailand get together and they just enjoy life. So two of them, Mamu and Maome, were chefs in Bangkok. They went to school and now they moved back home to where they were born and just have a little tiny job selling stuff and just chill. So they prepare the dishes and bring them over here, and one of them doesn't have a lot of money, so my mother-in-law buys the stuff and she does all the cooking here. So they all pitch in somewhat. Some bring alcohol, some do the dishes. What do I chip in? I don't know. Paige gives her mother money every month to help pay bills and some of the expenses here. So everything that I make, I go and I buy myself, and I make the dish for everybody. I don't know what it costs. I don't really care. I just buy this, whatever I want to try to make, I just buy it. We don't really, everything's so cheap in Thailand. It's really not that expensive, and it's no big deal. But everybody chips in for the most part, one way or the other, whether it's money or helping. Let's see, Randall Cook. It looks like you had a great party. Had a couple of them. Question, is that your cat? Oh. The cow pot cost only $10 for that much. What was the weight? It was a kilo. And do you still have Mekong whiskey? Take care. I think it was a kilo. Let me ask Paige. Paige, how much cow pot did we buy the other day? That cow pot corn? Was it one pot? Yes. I don't know. You order it by the plate. I don't know. It was less than a kilo, I think. Those things don't matter to Thai people. Who cares, right? It was a lot of rice. No, that's not my cat. We actually had two that came here. They were twins. One of them died. We didn't see it die. Somebody told us it may have gotten food poisoning, but what happened was Thai people like to put, I don't know, Thai people, some people like to put glass, maybe they do it around different parts of the world, I don't know. I like to say Thai people because that's mostly who's here, right? So a lot of times the people like to put glass in the tops of their fences. Well, the cat tried to jump over the fence and it didn't make it, so poor kitty. So Paige was really upset about that. But this other cat just keeps coming around, and of course, because Paige her mom goes to the market and buys these little pieces of fish, fresh fish for it, for like, I think it's like 5 baht for one little fish and some rice, and they give it to the cat every morning. So of course it comes around. The cat's a little deformed. Whatever. It's a Thai cat. Keeps Paige happy. Michael Sweden. Hi. What does Soi Mafia mean? Happy birthday from Sweden. Thank you, Michael. It's spelt a little different, so I'm going to say Michael. This question's been asked a lot. So, Soi is a small street, like a side street in Thailand. You have the main streets, and then the little side connecting streets are usually, in Thai, the word is Soi. So, of course, our little side street, and you know what mafia means. So, quick story, I've already said this before, but I was, when we first got here, I was in process of getting my 90-day visa that I got from the U.S. extended to 1 year. There was some complications and some misunderstandings, and I was just very distraught. And I was thinking, I sold everything back home. I'm not going back home. This is BS. I don't know what's going on. So she figured out in a way to tell me in English that don't worry about it. She's got it. Everything's under control. Just relax. She's the Soi Mafia. She goes, I'm the Soi Mafia. And it made me laugh, and it stuck with me. And it really meant a lot. Not just for saying that, because it took her some time to learn how to say it. So it meant a lot to me. But it stuck with me, and everybody just is, really she is the Soi Mafia. When she says shit stops, it stops. It's funny. She is the controller. that's how it got started. Mr. Lucky 7J, have you come across any drip coffee machines over there? No, there's none here in this area. There are some in Nakhon Phanom, and there's some in Mukdahan, and there's some in every tourist area in Thailand. Because Thai people, they just drink this instant stuff, and I've kind of got used to doing the same thing. I don't try to be different. I try to just adapt to what's around me, because it just makes life easier if you could adapt. So I don't have a lot of things I have to have. I have a few things now that I've needed, like that side pillow. I don't know if you guys ever used one of those big long side pillows, but they're awesome. I'm gonna put one in my truck next time we travel, because some of the hotels don't have them, and I'm like, I gotta have another pillow. This is crazy. So, but anyway, they do sell coffee grounds at like top supermarket, stuff like that, if that's what you gotta have. But you can go out to the street and buy fresh coffee that they grind up, and they do it in it's really awesome. It's really good, and usually you can just walk down the street and get the freshest coffee you've ever had in your life in Thailand. Coffee's good here. Theo Van Raj. Hi Chuck, nice video again. Couple of questions. How do you keep those deep freeze items cool during transport? Do you need a special card to enter the macro? In Holland, only card holders can enter. The macro's kind of far for us. It's about a 50-kilometer drive. I don't know. If we have stuff to do in the area, of course we do it first before we go there. But normally we really don't think about it. I mean, we don't buy ice cream there. We don't buy stuff that is going to be ruined if it melts. So we don't really worry too much about that. We don't keep it in a special area. You do have to have a card. Her father's got a card. We just take his. If you don't have a card, you can go to, there's a counter that will give you a temporary card or a loaner card. Just grab it, and then they'll scan it, and then you give it back to them. So you don't really have to have a card at all, but you have to go to the customer service booth and get their loaner card and use it. So it's no problem. Larry Fornillier, again, thank you very much for your awesome comments, Larry. Chuck, this was a great video. Part of my upcoming trip to Thailand is not only to explore the food, but also the culture and the people of the kingdom. Cultural events like this and others are exactly what I want to do, are exactly what I would like to discover and document on a video. Do you have a schedule or know where I can find one of upcoming cultural events in your area? Any assistance would be greatly appreciated, and thanks again for creating enjoyable content. Thank you very much, Larry. Here's the thing, the schedules are always changing. We're having a huge festival here every year in Tapanong. Last year it was in February. This year it's going to be the end of January. A lot of it has to do with moon phases, stuff like that. But I'll put a link up to some. There is a website that I found that has this year's schedules posted of some popular events in Thailand. But it's going to be difficult to find all of them. If you could speak Thai, you could watch the news and listen to all the events coming in different areas. But I don't know. I ask my wife and family all the time, and I don't know. So, yeah, definitely fun. You'd have to ask around, but hopefully this little website here will give you some insight to some major festivals. But that's it, guys. Don't want to keep this going any longer. If you have any more questions for me, please ask. I'll try to get you the information that you need. If I didn't answer your question good enough, ask me again. And if I didn't answer your question at all, ask me again if I didn't already answer it online. Yeah, if you need more detailed stuff, you can go on thailanddesk.com. I'll put another link on my description box, and you can get different people's opinions on traveling to Thailand. But anyway, like I said, I like to keep this thing going. It's fun. Yeah, but thanks for all the wonderful comments and all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We have a lot more entertaining videos other than me talking, but we're going on a trip here pretty soon, and I will bring you all along for that. The next video is going to be cooking with the kids video. Try to do that tomorrow. I'm not sure, but we've already done it. I just got to edit it all, but it was fun. Made some chocolate peanut butter cups. Yeah, that was fun. Kids love chocolate. I don't think their parents like that. Anyway, whatever. Thanks for watching, guys, and listening to me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.